Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hopefully your Tuesday is treating you well. We got a rant video. Yep. Another one, bro. We're going to talk about some stuff. First of all, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything because I wasn't really online today, and I think there's a tweet here. So goalkeeper movement will be less effective now. Okay. How we're using your recent feedback. AI defending. The below change was made in FC26. Slightly reduced how defensive AI defenders will mark pass receivers on the edge of their box. We made this change after the improvements to jockeying because we saw your feedback. We're continuing to watch this space closely. CPU AI. What we're doing next. We've seen CPU AI in squad battles. Too good. The intent here is to create more fun gameplay experience in the defensive phase, reducing frustrating off the ball. PC feedback, multi-swap, large update in December. Holiday cheer, certain issues, new additions. Okay. EA, it's time to cook you guys, and you deserve it, okay? So first of all, guys, I want you to watch this right here. I actually, surprisingly, am proud of myself because I really didn't rage. I'm going to keep the no volume here. And I want you to just watch this clip in peace. I want you to just watch this. By the way, this has gone extremely viral. This has 2 million views on Twitter, which is just insane. So we're gonna look at that. Ready? 1, 2. Right? There is 2 there. So you know what? I'm gonna have you watch this full because you've seen this at this point, and then we're gonna talk about it. Okay. So I actually didn't complain much there. Let's watch the clip. Ready? 1 tackle. 2, there was a second. Manual interception. No reward. Hakimi. High defending. High defensive awareness. Okay? So that's 3. Now, I'm manually controlling Fabian. In the passing lane. 4. Bounces right to Lamine Yamal. Okay, let's try again. 5. Unresponsive gameplay. And instead of a cool-off timer for him to be able to win that back quickly, right away he gets it. 5. Okay? Now, Putellas manually, instead of using AI, goes to Putellas now. 6 with 2 defenders. 6. Okay? What happens? Okay, right there. And Pina, who has 79 pace, outruns Jordan. Look, for me, when I play this game, I can't outrun anybody. So, again, I can't really outrun anybody unless I have Rapid Base or Rapid Plus. I can't outrun anybody again. But Pina, someone that no one has even heard of until this year or last year or FC24, whatever year they added women, runs past my Jordi Alba, who got an end-of-an-era card with 88 pace and great defending, right, on a diagonal. I even switch off because I'm like, hey, EA, maybe this AI defending you're giving my opponent is going to be even better. Nope. Nothing. Okay. So, why does this bring me to a rant video? Why do I have to make a rant video when, to be honest with you guys this year, I want you to all hang out with me for a second, right? And I feel like you guys like these videos because, you know, we can kind of chill out and, you know, we can kind of like just go through and talk about stuff. Okay, so I want you to look at something here, okay? Look at something here, right? How to attack an FC26. Live attacking tutorial. Total football tactics, right? With the 4-5-1. How to defend on the FC26. Live defending tutorial. Okay? What is the point of me showing you these 3 videos? Look at how many views this has. Because nobody could defend before you touch this game. Nobody except some people that were very skilled with defending. EA. I cooked you guys on a reaction video on my main channel. Many of you guys have probably seen it, and you guys called me a little baby, but I was very upset with EA. And the video is right here. Now, I had a headache a month ago. I still have a headache right now, but it's not a migraine like it was. So I was a little more cranky that day. I don't know. I went on that game, and again, everything stopped working, and they've tried to revert it, but they've not really fully reverted it to what this was, okay? I already even made the video saying I'm worried about this patch. Guys, aside from my health, okay, FC26 in the first, I would say until whenever that patch came out, 3 to 4 weeks, we had something that, was it perfect? No. Was it special in the sense that EA actually cooked? Guys, how many times have you seen me make a video hold it? EA cooked with FC26 a lot. 300K views. Guys, the views always dip at this time of the year. The way the views have dipped in the community, people caring. Yes, there's other good games out. Look, if FIFA was the way it was in the first 3 weeks, people would still be playing this game because it was dopamine, it was fun. I'm not just showing you that clip on Twitter to explain to you why we're here to make this video. I'm so disappointed in EA, man. I'm so disappointed in these guys. You want to know why? Because for me, they didn't give people enough time to play the game. EA, what do you think is going to happen when you have that game and you leave it for a few months? People are going to find out more effective metas. They do every year. People are going to find out more effective cards. But let me tell you, with how open it was, no tactics, no meta, no R1 button, none of that crap was going to save anybody. And now what have you done? Well, you made defensive AI better. You made manual jockeying better. And now you have people, and this brings me to my next point. You have people that watched the FC Pro yesterday. Okay? And all these guys have this. Guys, even guys like Tex and Anders, who are phenomenal attacking talents, guess what formation they're using? The 4-5-1. Now, why is the 4-5-1 a problem in this game? Because you have the Great Wall of China in the midfield, and you have a striker that they just manually hold while using R1 with one of the center mids, and they just try to three-man press you inside of that wall. So the only way to actually get by the 4-5-1 is you have to bypass the 5 to the point where they're not going to drop into the midfield or the box. You're past them, and then you can actually play 4v4 or 5v4 or like 5v5. So they try to pin you. They run with the striker while holding R1 with one of the center mids, and then one of their other AIs is just occupying, and it's a freaking mess. I'm not just here for the reason of the Twitter video, which was enough to bring me here, okay? These, and it's not faulting anyone with these accounts, right? These are everywhere. These are everywhere. Because you have a situation now where you have another year where what is the meta? It's defending. EA, I don't know how you guys get this wrong every year, that you think that your game is something that's going to grow and people will like by defending, bro. The joy, you brought someone like me joy in the first few weeks of this game because of the responsiveness, the emphasis. Guys, you know what the most refreshing part was? Because people were coming to my streams like and being like, yo, man, like, you're not even crashing out. Like, yo, did EA cook? I'm like, guys, you know why I'm not crashing out? Because when I manually win the ball, I get the ball. Something also changed with this. And the amount of people replying with clips, agreeing, quoting it, talking about how in the last 2 weeks, all these bounce backs are returned. Where? Why did this start happening? This was one of the reasons that everyone hated FC25, FC24, because of this. Look at that, man. That was not a damn thing in the first 2 weeks of the game. So EA, you need to go look and see at what changed. What changed? Because let me tell you this. The players in this clip I'm using and manually defending with are way better than the players I was using 4 weeks ago. So how does it make sense that those players, when I was manually tackling, the ball glued to them, like on their foot, right? How does that make sense? And now the ball is bounced into them like that. EA, make that one make sense. That's why we're here making this video. This is unacceptable because you know what this does, right? I'm a person that likes playing high attacking, high quality, high speed gameplay. You know what this makes people want to do? Number one, stop playing the game. Or number two, go on Twitter, copy a pro's tactics of 4-5-1, run back with their striker, and have the AI just defend. Because EA, I'm going to ask you this. When you watch this clip, right? Number one, it is not a good look when someone can generate the views that I can get on these socials showcasing your game in this state. This does not encourage people to play the game, okay? You don't pay me money to give promo. I make money off the game. That's a fact. This does not look good. Hey, oh, I want to download and play FIFA today. Who the hell wants to play this game looking like this, okay? First of all, everyone responds to this clip saying, oh, this is why I quit, right? Yes. That's what people say. Oh, yep, this is why I quit, okay? But you guys need to investigate, because this is why people want to just go and hold their R1 and hold AI rather than switch to the on-ball player. Because what is the point? What is the point? But I'm just disappointed, EA, in you, because every single year you have to do something to make the game worse. This was one of the best releases of a game you ever had this year. And I just feel like week over week it's getting worse and worse. The recent changes you guys are doing are not doing anything beneficial for this game. What you should have done, you should have left the game the way it was originally. You should have left it the way it was. You should have given the game a month or 2 months and then built off that. Now, what should you have done with initial feedback? You should have fixed kickoffs. You should have fixed corners. You should have fixed when I'm aiming at my player, why does the ball not go to that player? And why does it go to another player that's offside that I didn't aim at? These are real issues. You should have been continuing to investigate. Why the hell do I feel like I want to rip my nuts off when I play this game on console? Because the input delay is so unbearable, right? Those are the things you should have figured out. Not going on Reddit, not going on Twitter and listening to these Timmies who cry every single year. Bro, these guys were crying on FC26, the most defensive AI-assisted game I've ever seen, that defending wasn't good enough because they still weren't getting rank 1. Why are you listening to these people? Why are you not listening to the people that play this game the right way? You guys can say whatever the hell you want about me. Most of you guys going on these other football games, I'm not even slighting you guys. I've seen pros that try to go on eFootball and play that game, and FIFA pros, guys that get 15-0, they can't even win one game with the best team. All right? So I am somebody that can play a lot of these games, not at the pro level, but at very high level, this at an enjoyable gameplay style. Guys, I'm not innocent. Do I spam meta? Yeah, I spam meta. I don't use cams without incisive because you can't pass the damn ball. I don't use players really without tiki-taka because you can't pass the ball anymore. I wish I didn't have to do this. But yeah, I'm not going to lie. I obviously use a striker that has rapid. Do I run down the line and cut back for every single one of my goals? No. Do I run back with my striker and hold R1 with the Great Wall of China formation? No. So I use meta. Am I dependent on meta? No, I'm not fully dependent on meta like other players are. I don't understand why EA do not understand people want to log onto a game that is high-skilled, manual, and attacking. People want to log onto a game that is rewarding and fun, okay? They got to get their stuff together. You guys got to get your stuff together. I know Thunderstruck is going to come out. I know people are going to say, oh, you're still covering it. You're still doing the menus. I know people are going to say all that. EA, I expect more from you guys because you have shown this year you want to communicate, you want to do better, you want to fix things. Watching and playing games like this, and to my last point of why I'm really ultimately here tonight, and you guys will see it on the gameplay video, okay? I unfortunately tonight, look, we have a video going up on the second channel. Nothing went bad, but the experience in the Elite Division, okay? I played 3 matches. Every single person was using 4-5-1, every one of them. All they did was run back with the striker and then use the 5 center mids. And then all they did in the attack, guys, I'm not even trolling. The only thing these guys did in the attack, I was laughing because I'm like, I get the ball in the 30 and I start attacking in the middle. I start doing TikTok. Yeah, I run down the line sometimes. Then I'll cut back. Then I'll go inside. These guys run till you see where Raya is. My face cam's in the way, okay? These guys run, if you can see my mouse. They run right here, and they run right here. And all they do is try to do double taps here for a shot. So many times I was just manually moving my center back here to block the shot. One time Vinny just jammed it through. The other thing they do is they'll run here, and they just cut back and recycle until they get something. Okay? So not only do they defend brain dead, they attack brain dead. So how does that leave me leaving the Elite Division? I'm like, bro, I feel like I just lost brain cells. That's how I feel when I'm playing in the Elite Division. I just played 3 games. I was trying out a fun team tonight, and I'm like, I just lost my brain cells doing this. What is going on? Right? So for me, the ultimate disappointment this year, and I give this analogy a lot with different things and different games. EA had the game in a place, I felt like, where they could have built on it, and it had so much potential. It wasn't where it needed to be, but it had so much potential. And now we're at a spot where instead of building on it, we're just trying to get back to what we had. It's like EA is just trying to patch and patch and patch, when what they should do is implement the corner and kickoff changes they've made so far onto the original version of the gameplay. Okay? Because all the changes they have made to the game have not been really beneficial. We've just been trying to work back to how do we get to that game. And look, I understand that the beginning of a FIFA is really new and unique, and people don't really know what's going on. So, look, everybody's kind of free-falling and not knowing. I will say this. The main thing I can see is that, yes, a lot of the community has adapted and also had the benefit that they're playing formations that are park the bus, and they've nerfed, they've boosted AI so that they've boosted manual defending in the AI space and the overall stats so that when they run 5 midfielders together with a striker in front, because that has been boosted when they're selecting the player, it's very hard to get by. But ultimately, guys, it's gutting. It's gutting to me because this game was really fun to play in the beginning, and now it's not fun. And I'll tell you this, many of the recent FIFAs I have not had fun with. I just really haven't even had fun with the game. So I'm sad because this year I was having fun in the beginning, and I don't know why EA have to mess it up. And I have to ask EA, whatever the hell is going on in this clip, I'm dead ass. I played 200 games of the game. This is how my games are going every few games now. I was not having any of this crap in the beginning. I was having that right there where the ball is, boom, glued to my foot. I win the ball and I go attack. So whatever EA did, please consider going back to what you had, because I see the numbers. Again, it's going to be another year now where the in-between promos, less people are playing, even though the gameplay content is fantastic. The tournaments, all these modes are great. But who gives a damn crap? Right? Who gives a damn crap if people just want to log off because of this? There's not even monthlies. There's not swaps. There's nothing going on. So when the core gameplay, and the last thing I'm going to say, I know I jump around my thoughts a lot. I felt like in the beginning of the year, because we didn't have, I was saying this on my channels for the first month, because of how open the gameplay was, you had so many different styles that worked well. And now because EA has patched this game into the ground with different ways, you've just got everybody using 4-5-1. Like, we're just back to the same crap where everybody uses one formation because one play style is so much more effective than another, which sucks. I think you guys would all agree in the first month, the amount of different formations you saw was incredible. It was like the variety was crazy, and now we're just here. We're just here. And it's a sad spot to be at. You know, I think this promo is going to be a lot of fun on the menus, but EA, this update in December really needs to, like, get us back to the direction that we previously were in, because this is just a mess right now. It's a freaking mess. So that's going to be the video, guys. I had to rant about this because it's been driving me crazy. Looking at this gameplay, experiencing what I just experienced in Elite Division, and then knowing what I was have happen and having fun in the beginning to have this, it's sad.